Now, Rode has just released their new NTH100 headphones, and they say they're for music production, audio editing, mixing, remote recording, podcasting, and more. And they say they have exceptionally accurate, clear sound. That's a lot to ask for a set of headphones in this price range, so let's check them out. So in this review, first I'm going to roll back the clock. I will unbox these headphones for you because I know some of you like to see the packaging. After that, we'll get into the audio tests. And first, we'll start out with a Sine sweep, music, and spoken word comparisons of original recordings against recordings made through these Rode NTH100s using my binaural microphone. So I'm going to give you the opportunity to actually hear these headphones for yourself and then take a look at frequency analysis to see just how accurately they do in fact represent the original recordings. After that, we'll listen to some game audio again recorded on these headphones using the binaural mic so you can get a sense of the spatial awareness for gaming, and that'll really give you that idea again as if you're wearing them yourself. After that, I'll quickly get into the build quality, go over the features, and then I'll let you know my final thoughts. And for the best experience, I do recommend you wear a set of headphones while listening to this. You'll get the most out of the recordings I made using the binaural mic. Now, I've been testing these headphones out for quite some time now, and I always make sure I let them get well run in before I do any kind of audio test, just in case any burn-in on the drivers affects the performance of the headphones. So these have plenty of hours on them. They're going to give you a sound as if you've had them for some time. Okay, so let's go ahead and unbox these headphones. And it's a nice package, a lot of information on it here. I'll go ahead and slit it open. This is a sleeve with a box inside, so we'll go ahead and take that out. Once we have that open, again, we have the design of the headphones. Nice presentation here. Open up the two flaps on the top. We can see we get the headphones. They're in kind of a canvas bag, so that's nice to see here. And then we get the accessories inside, so we'll get those out as well. Now we get one cable with these headphones. It looks like a good quality and it's locking on the end. There's also a bag of accessories with some color coordinated or color coding markers, as well as an adapter for 6.5 millimeter. Then we'll pull the headphones out of the pouch themselves. First impression on these headphones is they're kind of a medium weight here. Pretty solid metal band around the top. It's got good spring to it. Fairly soft padding on it, I'll say. Not a whole lot of movement here. To adjust these, we need to open and close this lock. So we turn it to lock them in position. So, once you have them set, that should be okay. A little bit of an issue if you have more than one person wearing them, but overall, first impression's good. So now we'll get into the audio test. And if you've seen one of my headphone reviews before, you know it's not just going to be me sitting here going, hey, these are great, you got to get them. I'm going to try and get you as close as possible to actually trying these headphones on. And so any of the audio recorded with these headphones is going to be done on my binaural mic with a pair of Sennheiser MKE2 capsules. Those are very accurate, natural capsules, very neutral. So that's going to give you a realistic impression of the sound, and the frequency analysis made with the recordings versus the original files is going to be as accurate as I can get it as well. To get started, I'll record a Sine sweep in directly so we can compare it against a recording made with the NTH100s. So let's take a look at the frequency analysis. Starting out here with the linear comparison, you can see that the recording actually has a scooped area in kind of the mid-high presence areas, as well as some additional resonance frequencies up in the top range. Not really worried about those. That's common with pretty much all drivers, but does look like a scoop here. Let's switch over to the log view to see what we're hearing. And so now looking at the log comparison, we can actually see that there is a bit of a scoop in those middle areas and a little bit of missing information up in the top end. Nothing overly concerning here. Let's go ahead and do some tests with music. Now I'll record some music in directly, so again, we can compare that against a recording I'll make with the NTH100s. And so now looking at the music comparison, we can see there are some scoop frequencies in those mid areas, as well as some highs also that are missing here. Again, this is linear. Let's take a look at the log analysis. And so now looking at the log analysis, it's not as extreme, but we do see a little bit of scoop happening, as well as some missing high information. Not as much, just kind of a small frequency range. And I use the binaural mic to give you the most accurate representation I possibly can, but it even comes down to the shape of your ears and that, and just how the headphones fit. But this is a reasonable, definitely a reasonable reproduction of the music here. I'm not sure I would say that this is absolutely accurate for mixing purposes, but certainly for headphones in this price range, this is what I would expect. Now I'll record a sample of spoken word in directly so we can compare it through a recording made with the NTH100s. And this is a sample of spoken word so we can compare the sound of the recording directly versus the sound through the headphones. And this is a sample of spoken word so we can compare the sound of the recording directly versus the sound through the headphones. We can definitely see that the recording with headphones has some scoop frequencies in the middle, also some underrepresented high frequencies. Let's switch over to the log analysis and have a little better look. And so here in the log analysis, we can see again a little more of a scoop in those presence frequencies than we would expect. And but the high information a little bit missing as well, kind of some isolated frequencies here. Again, this is what I experience when I compare the sound of spoken word on these headphones to some other reference headphones I have, as well as my Genelec 8040s. Definitely, they do kind of sound scooped, and there's a little boxiness on spoken word here. So not exactly as accurate as I would like them to be for spoken word. Again, it depends what you're using them for. If it's mostly for listening to music, not so bad. If you want to use them for podcasting, especially to mix and edit your podcast, I'm not sure these are the best choice. Now I have some game footage for you, recorded again with these headphones using my binaural mic. Got some Halo Infinite here and some Forza 5. And you want to listen for spatial awareness, for proximity, to see if these are going to be a good choice for gaming.
Now it's a race horizon. Superstar driver versus daredevil biker. Who you got?
And so to my ears for gaming, I think they get the job done. I can hear the proximity. Certainly not the best, not for competitive gaming, but if you do some light gaming and you want these as general purpose headphones, I think they get the job done. Let me know what you think in the comments below. So let's talk about the build quality of these headphones. I will start out by saying they have a metal band all the way around, so they're very solid that way. Some nice padding around the top. That's really good. We also have pretty solid metal here in terms of the attachment for the cups, but the cups themselves are plastic. There isn't a lot of movement on these, so I don't know about the stress of taking them off and on all the time, if they'll loosen up or not. The other thing is they do have the exposed wire, and I do understand that that in some ways can be more repairable than having it, built in. But we've had some issues in the studio over the years with this kind of thing where they eventually can get hooked on too many things and they break. So we'll see how that turns out. The ear pads are very soft. They're very comfortable. The Rode talks a lot about the comfort, their cool gel that they use for these. I would say that when I wear them for a long period of time, they're reasonable for a set of closed back headphones. Certainly not as cool as a set of open backs, but I mean, they'll do the job. A lot of times we go for closed back, of course, if we need to isolate sound, but I actually find there's quite a bit of bleed from these headphones. When I have them on and I'm listening back to monitoring, if I have a live mic, it definitely picks it up. So that's something to be aware of. Another thing I'll point out here, and this is, might almost be a deal breaker for me, is that when you have the cable plugged into the side here, if you touch the cable at all, it kind of resonates through the cup here. So you get a really kind of an odd sound when if you run your hand or you brush the cable. And so that's a little bit of an issue here. The cable anyways is though adjustable from one side to the other. So if I want it in the left ear, I can have it there. I can unlock it. I can move it over to the right ear. And so it gives me more flexibility that way in terms of the arrangement in the studio. But that said, again, that noise from the cable is a little bit bothersome to me. The other thing I would have liked was a coil cable with these headphones. Overall, for the price, they are well made. I think Rode's done a nice job here. They talk about some revolutionary design, the shape to your ear. I find they fit right around the ear. There isn't any extra room. They don't feel as tight as the Audio-Technica headphones, but they're not open and spacious like the Beyers. So you just need to be aware of that as well. I'll do a quick rundown on the specs there. An over-ear closed-back design. Again, that really unique shaped cup that wraps right around your ears. 32 ohms impedance with a 5 to 35,000 hertz frequency response, 110 dB sensitivity with 1700 milliwatt input power. They have 40 millimeter drivers with neodymium magnets, Alcantara pads with memory foam, 7.9 foot or a 2.4 meter straight cable. Again, only a single cable with these headphones. It is detachable, 3.5 millimeter with a 6.5 millimeter adapter, and they're a little on the heavier side at 350 grams. Okay, so some final thoughts on these headphones. First of all, I think they do a reasonable job in the price range here. Are they absolutely accurate? Are they for mixing, audio editing, podcasting? I'm not sure they're the best choice. I think there may be some options that give you a little more accurate sound. Definitely some innovative ideas here, the way they fit your ears. I mean, the idea of having the cable I can move side to side is nice. They are comfortable for wearing for a long period of time. So, I mean, it could be a good choice for you. But again, it just depends what you want to use them for. And if you're interested in headphones or anything audio, check out one of the videos on the screen. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.